Good afternoon, everyone. The Heifers are in the shed. They've actually been waiting in here for a couple of hours. We've got them off this morning. Haven't put them on grass today. They've just come into the shed and they're waiting on the concrete because we're actually teat sealing them a little later, probably not that far away actually. The vet techs are coming. They were going to text me once they were leaving their job. I think they're down in Tokoroa, which is about 50 minutes away maybe not quite that far. And they estimated to be about here about 1 o'clock, so it's not far off that now, but that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't take too long to run them through the shed. Last year there were 4 techs that came, so we got through it pretty quickly. Dad's going to come down and give me a bit of a hand, but I'll sort of give them a text once they're here. Perfect timing, they've just shown up. I'll just put these over here just to make a little bit more room. Like that, a little bit more space to work with. Go time, let's see if they remember what to do. I haven't had them through the shed in a while. I was actually going to put a wooden gate just in there so they don't jump the chain, but didn't get time to do that. Into it. None of them are kicked yet either. I'm winning. Yeah, I lie actually. This one here, she did a little bit.
Sweetie.
Easy as that. Just 11 more rows like that and you're done. Actually no, 10. Come on girls. Look at that. Remembered what to do. They're actually going in pretty good. First lot was a little bit harder, but since then, come on. Come on, there we go. I don't really want to do it in lots of 8s. Come on. Reckon she's empty. Not much of an udder, she might be late.
She's got an udder.
Yeah. I'll see what number she is. Number 9. Oh. If you can get it in, that'd be. Yes. Yes, sweet as. Yes. Well, that was where the front of the that's where the gate was. It was a 12. Oh, they good to go? Come on, you. There you go, you can go now. They haven't made much of a mess, but we'll just tidy up the one they have, just keep everything nice and clean. There's really actually not that many to go, which is nice, going very smoothly. Half the crew's the same as last year. Tracy on the end here, you might remember her, Melissa. The next one, and then in the newbies, well, they're not new, but new here.
That's Danny and Britt.
Danny and Britt. On the home straight, 6 to go. 1.5 each. There we go, all done. The last ones are out. Mean. Oh, I forgot to shut that gate. How'd it go this year, Melissa?
Oh, best job we've had this season.
Oh, that is good to hear. You didn't have to say it for the camera though.
No, I'm serious. It was really good.
Nah, what do you think though? They went alright, eh?
Beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, they were bloody good.
Yeah, they were pretty quiet, so they remembered what to do. But
Yeah, they were very easy to break them in next year, that's for sure.
yeah, hopefully they come in like that at calving time would be good. It's just another great job to get ticked off the to-do list. It's well, we've only been doing it for the last 2 seasons, but it goes pretty smoothly. And I suppose we could do it ourselves, but it would just be so much harder, and it's just easier. I was actually chatting with the girls before, I was just saying it's so much easier getting them in to do it. We just push the cattle up to them sort of 6 or 8 at a time, they just whack it in and and we're good to go. It took probably an hour and a quarter to do 73. We teat sealed 73, so I think that's pretty good going. One of the real interesting things about it though is that, like I said, it's only our second season doing it. Dad was pretty reluctant to sort of do it.
Yeah, I
weren't real keen.
Yep, to start off with last year, but I must admit we had maybe 2 cases of mastitis in the heifers. Well, not maybe for the whole season, maybe 3 or 4 for the whole season. So
were they could have been 3-year-olds. Or were they heifers?
Possibly, yeah, because I'm milking the 2 and the 3-year-olds, but yeah, I couldn't be sure now. But
so the season before we first did them, we had I reckon probably somewhere between 6 to 8 heifers that got mastitis from calving.
Yep.
When they came in.
Yep, and then some of them are just predominantly 3 titters after that, so they never.
And the biggest thing I wanted to do it is it costs us a lot of money to get a cow to, say, 3-year-old, even their first lactation. You know, they don't really produce that well. So to get them to 2 years for when they first calve, and then to milk them for that extra year, it takes a long time. So if we're getting cows with three titters at 2 years old, you know, it's such a waste, I think, of a potentially a good cow. So that's why I was pretty keen to do it. And what do you think now?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't not do it, I think.
which is massive, like
yeah, well,
from a keep it simple, stupid sort of mindset that Dad does have. It's
a little bit.
It's a big change. And dry cow. What do you think about the dry cow? While we're here, we might as well talk about that too.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing all the worst cases in the dry cow, all the high somatic cell counts, so it's probably working.
So, just to sum it up, we're only doing cows that are over 150,000 cell count wise, or that's off their last herd test at the end of the season, and then heifers or first calves, anything that's over 120, we're giving dry cow. So it's called selective dry cow, not whole herd or blanket dry cow, which you can't actually do from next season onwards. But we've done that. This will be our 3rd season doing it, and we have had a massive reduction in our cell count.
Yeah, I don't know, what was our average cell count for this season?
146.
And what was it down from last season?
It was 148 last season. The season before that, I think it was mid-170s, and then the season before that, it was over 200, or the last couple of seasons before that.
Getting better?
Yeah, so for us, I think that's a massive win. Keep doing it.
Yeah, well, look, if we're doing fewer cows every year that are below the 150,000, I suppose, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think we're on to a good formula. Go on, gillies, you'll be hungry as. It's a late shift for you today. That's it. This is the paddock that I undersowed. So I've given them quite a big break in here. I'm just trying to sort of take the tops off it and not graze it down quite so hard, although at winter time that's a little bit harder, but that's probably a new plant in there, so there's no roots coming out with it. It is established well enough, I think. So the whole idea of the teat sealing is that we are pretty much just putting a plug into the teat, and that stops bugs and mud getting up there when they're calving, or close to calving they can start dripping milk, which opens the teat end, and then bugs and stuff can get in there. We don't want that, because then they run more of a risk of getting mastitis. So like we were saying before, it's definitely worked for us, and it is good for these girls too. Cows came and said hello as the heifers went past. This cow here, she really caught my eye, 185. She's actually quite a nice cow. I think she's a 4-year-old, so really interested to see how she goes next season. Hey girl. It's actually the first day of June today, so we are in winter now. I don't actually think officially the first day of winter is the 1st of June. I think it might have been at the end of May at some point. Might have to Google that one and find out, but it's been so nice and warm today. It's been a bit of a change. I am in my jacket now, but I wasn't earlier on, and it was just real pleasant, which is good. We like the warmth. It means the grass is growing. We need to build up cover before calving starts and in the spring, so days like this certainly help. But that will pretty much wrap it up for this video, guys. If you do have any questions, drop them below. I'll try and get around to answering them at some point. Thumbs up like always, and apart from that, see you next time.